Yes. Hey, have you had your vitamin B12 shot? I have mine. Have you had yours? We all take vitamin B12 shots here.
No. Prednisone. It's steroids. It's great. And we're live.
Hey.
Yep. He put chat
Oh,
up.
let me turn up that light. Sorry.
Welcome, one and all.
Hello, and
Hello.
welcome to the frozen, frigid north.
Yeah.
We're coming to you live from Florida, where it's now, Alaska, roughly?
I mean, to a lot of people here, it feels like Alaska. We
Yeah,
are a
sure.
balmy
It was
45
frozen
degrees.
solid. It was so cold.
Yeah, we are a balmy 45-degree satellite. Yeah, yesterday morning, the all the coils on my heat pump were all iced over and froze up.
Oh, yeah?
And in counties not far north of us, it snowed
The county above us?
quite a bit.
County above us.
Quite a
no,
bit.
no, the county above us closed school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marion County closed schools.
Well,
But like the funny
Levy
part
also?
is like everybody's like, "Oh, it snowed there," ooh. I'm like, but you know, I hate to say it because I've been in snow. They're not prepared for it.
When I was a
plowing
kid,
roads and whatnot. And
when I was a kid and unbelievably smaller than he is, my dad was stationed in Minot, North Dakota.
that's snow
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah, and I still have the memories of that stuff. And while as a kid it was fun to go outside and play at it, as an adult, no. As an adult on one leg and dealing with crutches, oh hell no.
Well, you know that kind of makes me like. I was kind of glad that I experienced snow as an adult because I realized that like this is fun to go do stuff in and play in, but I don't
To live in it?
I don't hold responsibility here, and I don't have to. Like
I can just leave.
the thing is too is like I was in the same town years before, during, like not in the winter but the fall before snow. So like I saw the entire place, all the stores open, everything normal.
With
and
the
then
leaves and everything changing
And then
color.
saw
and-
it frozen over, half the store shut down, houses boarded up, nobody's out anywhere, it's gray outside, it's quiet, it's dull, it's freezing, but snowmobiles are fun. But again, I don't have to bear responsibilities beyond that. So
Oh yeah, things like sledding and riding toboggans and just big plastic discs and finding other ways to amuse yourself in the snow. Even though you were dressed in a snowsuit and you kind of walk like you couldn't move, as a kid, it was fun.
I was sad to find out too that like I didn't realize that like batteries don't work well in cold weather.
No.
And like I was talking to Chris about that. We took a ride up into Canada, and when we got up like towards Canada, there was this mountain with these big windmills on it, and it was frozen over and snowed. It was beautiful. And I had my phone in my jacket pocket, and I had like 4 or 5 layers on, but the main layer outside was where I put my phone, and it was frozen. And I was like, I gotta take pictures. And I took my phone out, and like, it's doing nothing. Like, it's doing nothing. And also icicles hanging off all this.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Even with the helmet, still icicles.
Yeah, your beard freezes.
Yeah, it was,
Uh-huh.
it was weird.
I was too young to have any facial hair back then, you know,
That was
because I was
weird.
smaller than him.
No, let's go. Screw that.
Oh yeah, like you know, like I said, just doing simple, stupid stuff like just flopping back and making snow angels because you can. Awesome as a kid.
Yeah.
Dude, getting on that lake though and doing digs on the snowmobile and having a flat surface with nobody
Yeah, I was
out
too
there.
young. I was too young to have that kind of
Oh.
fun. But we had sleds, and then, like I said, the driveway would kind of ice over, so I would drag, you know, the big wheel, you know, because it was wintertime, all that shit went away. So I would drag like the big wheel or the green machine out of the basement, banging shit off the wall and up the stairs, getting yelled at for that. But then I take it outside and, you know, like and go, you know, there's no traffic because everybody's staying home, so I can go ripping down the icy driveway and stuff like that, spin all over the place.
Well, in Mexico, where it very rarely freezes over on lakes, on said lakes you can achieve north of 100 miles an hour on a snowmobile. And it's smooth.
It probably feels like you're doing 300 miles an hour.
You're gliding and the wind is just...
It was cold.
It was very cold.
No.
It is. It's very, very, very cold.
I kind of very enjoyed like the slower technical sections of the trails that were
Because
like...
it wasn't as cold.
No, 'cause
You weren't going as fast.
Yeah.
when you get up to speed, it's cool because you're doing it. And then all
No,
of
it's
a
not
sudden,
cool. It's fucking freezing.
All of a sudden, you realize everything's freezing, and you're like, and you start clenching up, and you're like, hold, 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 hold,
The worst thing in this kind of cold is when your body core temperature gets dropped.
Yeah.
Like when you lose 3 degrees on the inside, and it's like there's nothing you can do to get that back.
Yeah, because that's when the brain involuntarily says all those capillaries and blood vessels on your extremities, we're shutting those down.
Yeah.
Welcome,
You just can't
welcome
get
to
hot.
Pints and Pistons, the original Florida podcast.
Yes.
Fuck the cold.
Like 1 or 2 days, that's fine, man. This is the longest stretch in a long time.
It's
Of
gotten
this
colder here before, but this is the longest stretch.
Like, and that's the thing, the stretch of it. This
Well, it's
isn't-
just been brutal. It's been waking up in the
Windy.
morning and it's 30 degrees out.
Yeah.
Feels like 25.
And like the
Wet and
clouds
windy.
and the
At
rotation.
least today there was sun.
Yes.
Have you? I was gonna say, like, that's the thing. Like, I've been noticing. I leave my house early, but like, it's almost been like leaving in the dark and coming home in the dark every day.
Dude, it's one of those. I leave at 5:30 in the morning, and
That's
I didn't even realize what today was, because like the last 4 days have seemed like this. It seemed like Groundhog Day every
Yep.
single day. I'm like, no, it's wet and cold. It's wet and cold.
Well, and that's been the other part is this whole week, it has just been gray out.
Yeah.
Like
If
there's been no
like a true
sun,
winter.
nothing.
If I wanted to live in shit like this, I would move to England.
I was gonna
So-
say, welcome to Ireland. That's how it was.
So
in
this
September
is
while I was
Missouri
there.
weather, is what this is.
Yeah.
Because in Missouri, where I lived at, roundabouts October, you'd wave bye to the sun for the last time till March. It would just go away, and you would just have 4 months where it was just it was gray yesterday, and it's going to be
Gray
gray
today.
today, and tomorrow it's going to be gray. The
It's
day
one
after
of-
that, it's going to be gray.
It's
It's going to
going-
last
I'm
the
in
rest
the
of your
Russia, you
life.
went-
That was
Today,
that was
today.
mine up North Dakota, man.
Yeah.
It was like
It's-
like I
it's
said,
one
it
of
was
those,
like
we had all that though, but we didn't at least get the one thing that would make it okay. We didn't get the fucking snow.
Right.
Like give us at least one thing, so
If-
that way we're like, it made our
if there had
miserableness-
been snow, I would have broken out because I actually still have my dad's old Air Force fatigue jacket
Uh-huh.
with the down liner. Still have all that. It still fits me, which is strange because I've had that thing. I think my dad gave me that when I was in like middle school, but it was big on me then, so it fits me perfectly now. And that
Uh-huh.
thing is nice and toasty. It even has the zipper; you can throw the hood
Uh-huh.
up and everything. If we had actually had snow, I might have gone somewhere. As long as I had an intersectional, I might have just camped out and used my phone as a webcam.
Uh-huh.
One of these intersections right here, I would have just used my phone as a webcam.
If it snowed, I could have activated my center locking differential into gnarly all-wheel drive donuts, bro.
Spinnies.
I mean, I was looking forward to locking it in a 4-wheel drive and see how it
Insane.
worked.
We have
Because
the
as long
buttons.
as I lived
We
in
got the
Missouri,
buttons.
I never had a 4-wheel drive. So I always had to drive in the snow with either front-wheel drive or rear-wheel
That's what I'm
drive.
saying. I like
Yeah.
to put this thing to the proper test, like.
And let me tell you what, I did things in a Ford Aerostar that Ford never intended to be done.
And my first driving experience in the snow was a freaking Chevy Spark with bald tires.
Fun times.
Yeah, no, terrifying. I thought I was gonna fall off a cliff and die. I was so scared.
Yeah, that's normal.
But
That's
did
just
you?
part of driving in the snow.
no.
See, okay, you're good. You
For the
did-
most
you
part,
did it
I was.
nice.
But
And
did
that's
you
the
die?
Exactly.
that's why it's so devastating down here. Because you go up north, everybody's driven in the snow. We all know how to drive in the snow.
At least
down
the,
here-
the cities know how to deal with the snow. you
Well,
know?
the country folk know how to deal with
Well-
snow better than
well,
anybody.
no, I
'cause
mean-
they don't plow those roads.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, they have experience with it. This,
Right.
it's like, they're literally having to ship in plow trucks from northern states.
At $500 per hour.
Right.
I mean, like I said, if
Well, not only that.
I mean, if I was like
boys.
if I had a plow truck and I was a one-legged version of Cleat and Squirrel, and I was getting $500 an hour, all of a sudden that road that would normally take me 8 hours to plow would now take me like 17.
Exactly.
Done.
Well, not only that, the drivers here don't know how to deal with snow.
Which
So-
is ironic because so many of them have come from up north where the snow is.
But I mean, you go so many years. Even I wouldn't know how to drive in the snow now. It's been
Yeah.
20 years since I lived up there.
And I never have. Like I said,
Yeah.
I was a kid when we were there, and we came
I
back.
imagine it's kind of like driving in a hurricane.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Okay.
So whatever you think it's like driving in the snow, you have to dial it back even 50% more than what you think.
And doing like 20 miles an hour feels like you're on the highway.
Right. Well, you're on the highway doing 20 miles an hour
Doing this.
in a 70 mile an hour zone, and your car's going
You're holding on.
because it'll catch a groove in that snow and it'll just drag the car sideways.
It don't kill.
You have no traction. You are literally floating. You are at
But also,
complete
too,
mercy of gravity.
but weather being
Inertia.
weather, underneath that snow,
Oh, it's ice.
it's a nice little
Yeah.
layer of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, no, I don't know. No.
And
Well,
then 2 years later, your car's a rusty piece of
Exactly.
junk because of the salt.
And that's like, it's like I was telling Chris, like, after I went into town the first time, I saw somebody on a snowmobile on the street. And I got back. It was a fight back going up the mountain. Oh, that was frightening. That was that little Chevrolet 4-cylinder, 1-something liter, just...
With an open diff and bald tires.
With ice buildup, it looked like a mud flap that big, almost dragging on the ground. Like, I was like, "Can you drive your snowmobiles on the road here?" And they said, "Yeah, during the winter, there's no like kind of laws that, say that's illegal." And I was like, "Good." So anytime I had to go to the store, they had one snowmobile that had like a big seat and it had a big storage compartment. Perfect. I'd take that to the store. It was so much easier to drive and to control.
Well, because it's called
That's
snowmobile.
Snowmobile,
It's
yeah.
Made to
Snow.
go on snow. That's kind of its thing.
The other thing was nasty too. It was one of them.
Rotax.
No.
Rotor
It was a
Rotary dials.
It's called like a Yamaha.
Confuddle.
No, a storm, I think, or something like that. It was a 180 horsepower 3-cylinder.
That's
It's kind of almost similar.
Two-stroke, too.
Yeah, Rotax is
Rotax.
Yeah, Rotax they're mainly used in small aircraft and stuff like that. But
Well,
there's other
two,
things that
two
you
of them were
yeah.
Rotax. The two of them were the Rotax 2-cylinders.
Yeah.
The one that I was riding, there was that. It's a Polaris.
Oh,
Polaris
okay.
Storm.
So it's probably the same motor as the
A jet ski.
Well, either
Very
a jet
similar
ski,
to a jet ski engine.
or
100
with like
180
the
horsepower, though.
UTVs.
That
Yeah.
thing.
Side by side.
Yeah.
You got out there, and that CVT would go.
I guess
It would
I
hit
got
its
it.
first power band. It would go whoa, and then all of a sudden, it was like VTEC. It would go whoa, whoa, and hit 11,000 RPM, and just go, and then you hold on, and you watch a speedo just keep climbing, and climbing and climbing. Yeah, we hit that lake. Oh, I wish people could experience. Dude, it was like floating.
The one thing that I would love to experience is like ice rally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Studded tires on the ice.
my gosh.
That would be that
Like
abs-
full on ice racing? Yes.
Yeah, or even just like not even like a sanctioned thing, but just like just running down like an ice rally course with the studded tires. Because I've seen, like I said, between watching rally cars do it and seeing just videos where people just do it out on the lakes, kind of impromptu and set up their own thing, it looks ridiculous fun.
Even more fun than doing it in like a rally car. Have you seen the guys with the go-karts
Oh my god, those
with
guys
the
are nuts.
studded tires?
Those guys are
That's
nuts.
amazing.
Those guys are insane.
No, they're not. They are perfectly sane.
I have to pee real quick.
That looks
Okay,
like
bring
so
it.
much fun.
Bring a beer. Got it?
Yep.
Well, I'll grab it.
There we go.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to grab a beer at the same time as carrying this.
Smart guy. Smart guy. Hopefully Dan won't leave one of these in the freezer and have the same fate as the
Right.
as our goblets do, because now there's only 3.
Mine's still good.
Mine's still good.
It's in my game room.
Mine's up in the cabinet with the rest of my beer glasses.
Yeah, I saw these and I was like, man, those are really nice Budweiser glasses.
Yeah, those are old school.
Yeah. That's the old labels. Like.
Yeah, that's the original like King of Beers logo.
So what it reminded me of is when I was like, I want to say I was like 7 or 8, Dad got this idea. One of his schemes, he's going to open up a game at the flea market, like a carnival game at the flea market, and he found this company that sold him a bunch of those goblets. And what he did was he stacked the goblets upside down so the bottoms were facing up, and you bought quarters from him, and you threw the quarters on and tried to land it on a glass. And if you got it to stay on a glass, you got to keep the glass. And it did horribly, and we ended up with cases of these glasses.
Brian, you know what I'm thinking?
God only knows what you were thinking.
Oh, the next time they do the drift thing at the local speedway, you have to come so you can go ride.
I'm down. Because that looks fun.
Yeah, I want to go too.
Yeah, you have to come to like Peyton. That kid can slide that car.
Yeah.
And that car is I mean, it's a gutted 240 with an LS in it. It's a blast.
Modern drift cars still amaze me.
Thank you,
Because,
sir.
like I said, we grew up doing dumb shit with cars. We slid them all over dirt roads, you know.
Ooh.
But then watching what these cars are doing with all the steering angle they have and the power that they have just blows my mind.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go. For
But we were also tempered by, this is our daily. Slamming it into something is not a good idea.
Oh my!
Oh. That's perfect.
Oh, look at that!
Look
and
at
that beautiful
that.
mug too.
I guess mine's a little smaller.
No, these mugs are a tiny bit smaller.
His is too. See, look, you
No,
guys
I
have a
haven't poured-
gap.
No, I haven't poured the full thing in.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got a little bit left here,
See?
too.
That looks beautiful, though. Look at that beer. It looks like orange juice.
Okay, so the last one I bought was from a brewery I hadn't heard of before called Toppling Goliath.
We can't hold these up. We're gonna have to.
And the following day, I went and did my thing in Gainesville and stopped and got beer, and I'll be goddamned if I didn't see another beer by that same brewery. So this is Toppling Goliath's Munich Weiss Hefeweizen Ale. Brewed in old world Weissbier tradition, hazy, deep glowing orange with a soft, pillowy, and cloud-like head.
Ew.
Delicate aromas of cinnamon and clove baked into fresh bread supported by nuanced influence of banana. Unfiltered beer sediment is normal, and this is from Decoa, Iowa.
Chris, you
And-
smell that, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh my
You
God.
smell the banana and the clove?
Yeah.
And trying to see.
So that's the thing. My nose is on like superpower
and it is
right
and
now.
it is 5.6% alcohol.
Was this the day you and I passed each other
It is.
inadvertently?
Yes, this was in the
Oh,
past.
you're brave.
I'm not clinking. It's
We
gonna.
can't clink.
We gotta take a sip before we clink.
Alright.
We have to. We have to.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay,
my
that is good.
God.
Oh, that is
Now we can
amazing.
clink.
Now let's clink.
Oh,
And the
heavenly.
carbonation on the tip of the tongue too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Slancha, it, kids. Oh damn.
Oh.
Slancha.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, where'd you get this?
Oh my
Total
God.
wine.
I'm gonna have to get more of this.
Yeah, this is amazing. Wow.
Good grab.
Seriously, good grab.
Like I said, I didn't expect it to be this cold 2 weeks out from when I bought this. So I figured, all right, I got my cold weather, I got my stout thing going. Maybe the temperature will be warm over. Get a wheat beer, something cool, something new. Had I known, I probably would have gotten a stout, but then we would have missed out on this. And this is too good.
It is good.
That's delicious.
Yes, this is
It's one of
greatness.
the best beers I've had in a long time.
Yes,
It's almost like banana bread.
it is
Yeah,
kind of.
That's what I'm tasting. It's like a banana bread.
I'm getting like citrus sourdough.
God damn.
No, I'm getting. I get what you're saying, the banana bread, but I'm also getting what he's saying. There's a little bit of citrus.
There's
in
definitely
with,
some citrus in there.
in with like the banana bread taste.
Yeah, this is just,
Oh yeah, that.
this is just so damn good.
That is
Oh,
amazing.
Wow.
It almost tastes like banana bread with lemon juice on it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. okay.
Like you, because that it's like that lemon sour, like that's
Yeah.
that sour at the end. But you
That's
got the smoothness
amazing.
of the bananas and the slight sweetness of the bananas.
Oh, I found a hack, by the way, on the menu, or on the list.
Uh-huh.
If you want to search the list really quick, if you're not sure if we've had something or not,
Right?
when you click on, there's a button where you can click search and replace.
Oh,
And if you type a word,
You
it'll
were
tell
thinking
you
the
all
same
the
thing I was
instances of a
thinking.
word, and
okay.
it'll highlight them.
Okay. I missed that. Oh, you got your campfire going?
Yeah, we do.
You got a campfire going.
Oh, that's good. Also, look what I can do.
Breathe.
I can
Bastard.
drink.
Oh.
I can drink a beer. I'm interested to see if it's going to have any effect on me.
Or are you on antibiotics right now? Or
Yes.
you might get a little drunker then. That's the only side effect, really.
Also, with the how high a dose of prednisone? High
Yeah.
double digits? High double digits of
So how much prednisone I'm taking is yes.
over 100 or no?
No, not that
Okay.
much. It was
Over
so it's
50?
40 milligrams to start, so 4 pills a day,
Yeah.
and I'm on the 2 pills a day.
Okay.
Taper off.
Just
right
watch
now.
out because it will affect liver stuff if you do a lot. with,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I
alcohol
know.
and the thing. It like there's something with it, like triples it or shit like that.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Now, at one point, I was
Also,
on 100
These
milligrams
bugs
a
are
day.
dope, by the way. Thank you
Yes. So Chris went to a
It's
local
heavy.
flea market and
These are
I found
beat 'em up
a
fight
set of
bugs.
4 of these Budweiser
They're
mugs.
12-ounce ones,
old school.
old school 12-ounce,
Old
like
school.
Cheers ones. You know, they're not
Yeah.
16-ounce. They're old school
With
12
like
ounce.
heavy, thick bottoms.
Dude, like
on
it
it.
is. It's
This is a legit solid.
This 12-ounce one is heavier than my 25-ounce. Pine
Yeah,
Street
then
one.
our Pine Street mugs. Which
And
yeah,
that's a
Like I
big.
said,
yeah,
it's
renewals
beat 'em
up.
up fucking bar
But
fight
that's
bugs.
and I mean you just look how thick.
yeah, like I said,
that
this
is
is
meant to be bounced around on a bar.
Yep.
and like
not
I
being
mean like
chipped.
there's the mold seams. These were high quality when they were made because there's not like real heavy mold seams going on. The printing is really good. Like he said, the bottom's really thick.
Listen
they're
to
nice.
Judging this beer mug. I
Hey,
love it.
these are nice.
They are.
They are.
They're really
No, because a lot of times you find mugs like this now, and they're you can see heavy seam moldings and everything else in them where they just suck.
Yeah, and the bottoms aren't thick as these.
No, and I hate that when you get a mug and the bottom isn't thick. It's like, no, I want a mug. I want the bottom to be thick. Like, it needs to be heavy.
Well, there's a reason why they have this indention and it lifted up like that. It's to keep it from
Sticking.
sitting in its condensation
Yeah, and
pool
sticking.
and getting
Oh,
warm
yeah.
and sticking.
So, as a segue, because we're Pints and Pistons.
Oh, we
we
did
talk
talk
about car
about
stuff.
We got the pine
So-
stuff going.
I got some insider information from a person who works at an auto manufacturer, and it's information not released to the public.
And
So
you're
I'm
going to
gonna
release
release
it.
it.
Nice.
If they don't finish this car in 5 days, they're
We're
gonna
going to lose the shop.
So, Kia Hyundai is going
Broken
to be
engines?
venturing into the commercial van industry.
Oh, yeah. Tobian did an article about that, and Chevy might be using them.
So, recently,
public.
recently I met somebody who happens
Yeah,
to work.
because Chevy's
going to
need a van to replace the Savannas.
R&D and everything, and he was telling me about the design. So, Kia and Hyundai are going to have. It's going to be a shared chassis, where from the B pillar back
It's like
is
blank.
it's
almost like
basically
a skateboard van chassis.
Yeah.
So it's going to use a front wheel drive / all wheel drive with a transaxle, and it'll have a magnet latch system with a floor rail that'll match for every car. So you can put seats in it, or you can have it as a truck, or have it as a high top van,
Or a
even
cargo
a
van.
covered truck, or a cargo van, or you can put seats in it, use it as a bus, and it's all going to be the same price.
Yeah.
And the attachments will be what you spend
What
money on.
attachments
So it's a
you want.
modular system.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's going to be modular and reconfigurable.
And it's going to be U.S. apparently within 2025 to 2026 under the Kia Hyundai badge of whatever
I
sort.
almost guarantee you that this was an idea that was come up with by a kid, probably your age, who found a box full of toys from kids my age, the all-metal Nylet trucks,
Yeah.
where all you had to do was bend a couple of tabs, and you could change out the whole backsides of them, from the tow truck
you know
to
what
the
the main
big...
target is? It is Uber, DoorDash, and then there's a delivery service that works for like Home Depot, Lowe's, like that.
Yeah, but you know
Those
those,
are main
you know,
targets.
but you know those things are also going to end up going to small businesses like all the little transit vans and stuff do.
Oh yeah, like little, flour company and stuff like that.
You know what one vehicle I think would be awesome if they would bring it here for that version? Toyota's Probox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and so yeah, the other thing about that. So hands were put on one. There's one in production. Well, not production, but they have one. that
One of the
functions.
engineering mules.
And he was telling me about it, and he said it takes 10 minutes to swap from what they did was they had it as a like a cargo van, and they converted it to a flatbed, and the sides fold down like a key truck, like they or K truck. Sorry, he said that they like were really emphasizing on a modern K truck that could be highway capable.
Well, K trucks are highway capable. I mean, we saw the one running from the cops in Texas. He was doing like 80 miles an hour. I mean, like, if I were the cop chasing a K truck at 80 miles an hour, I'd be like, good for you, buddy.
Right. You did it, man. Good job.
Must have been
I'm still going to pull you over.
An ASP, they would have pitted them.
Yeah,
so.
but also
yeah.
your knees are the crumple zone.
Yeah, that's true.
Crumple zone, you mean your ACL.
Well, that was interesting too to see the whole. They took that battery apart from an EV car.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really cool process
the one at
to
your
watch.
work?
Yeah. And that was
Were
a
you a
guy.
part of that too?
No, I wasn't there that day, actually.
Ugh.
I missed that.
That looked
Speaking
like
of EV,
a lot of.
it's another big piece of automotive news. So, the EV mandate, the 2035 EV mandate, gone.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, things are going to get entertaining for a little while. I still think that some of these manufacturers are going to continue, just not as fast as they were going to be forced to continue.
Correct.
what's like? Have you guys seen the new Acura RSX, bro?
Oh, you mean the Honda version of the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross?
Yeah, EV. The new RSX. You remember the RSX? The cool little
Yeah.
front-wheel-
it took a-
Yeah, the one that's
Hey.
now a slope back crossover.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the Toyota Crown?
I'm not sure. I don't even know what to
Not-
call
hey,
the Toyota Crown
not
at
for
this
nothing.
The
point.
only thing I can call the Toyota Crown is an AMC Eagle.
Kinda.
It's a
because
slope back crossover.
Hey, not
because
for
I
nothing,
mean
It's
the-
an AMC Eagle 4-door sedan hatchback.
it looks like a
even
sedan,
rides
but
high.
but the
Yeah,
whole
it's like
thing
the
is,
AMC Eagle.
but if you look at that from the rocker panel to the shoulder line, that bitch is thick.
But no, have
It's
you,
an AMC Eagle.
Yeah, kinda.
Have you seen the crossover version or no? They have one.
Of the AMC Eagle?
No, the Crown.
Sorry, I'm just on
That's
it.
all they have.
No, they have like an SUV crossover version.
Yeah, that's all there is.
That's all they have.
No,
That's the
no,
only
not
one. It's that
not
slope back thing.
No, they have like a full on.
For
So it
America
doesn't
or
have
for
the slope
Japan?
back.
Yes, for America. Yeah.
I have
haven't
not
seen that.
All I've seen is the gargantuan,
Oh.
swollen up.
It looks like a giant VW Golf.
What was the one placed above the Camry? What was the sedan above the Camry? The
Avalon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a swolled up Avalon. It looked like an Avalon that doing its
Got
best
stuck
in
by
person.
being.
And yes, they do. But
An
they-
overinflated
but no,
Avalon.
doing
Somebody
this-
put too much pressure in it.
Doing its best impersonation of a pufferfish
Yes.
without the spikes.
I gotta look it up now because it's a Crown. It's an actual SUV crossover.
Well, while you're looking that up, Ford, Jim
What
Farley.
now?
Jim Farley came out and said that
He lives in a
priority
van
priority
by the
number
river.
one or job number one for Ford is going to be no more boring cars. I have some thoughts. Because first off, the only car they make for North America is Mustang. And that thing's fucking hideous. I've never seen one of those.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
But okay, so the new Mustang is hideous.
Yep.
So-
I mean, the front end's horrible. The side profile looks like a 7th gen Camaro, if there were a 7th gen Camaro. The back end looks like the Temu version of the 2016 Giugiaro show
Oh
car.
my gosh.
The iPad's on the dash. Just let me kill it with fire. Someone hand me a flamethrower.
Right.
I have it.
Yeah.
You've been waiting.
Maybe
for
it's
this,
rational,
you've been
maybe it's
waiting for this
irrational. I'm not sure which, but I have a seemingly irrational hate for the dashboard in that car.
All right, so there's been an audio going around on TikTok for a long time now, and it's very boomer-esque, but I relate to it so much. I no longer wish to touch screens.
On buttons.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Give me buttons.
Yeah.
Big, chunky buttons and knobs and levers. Perhaps even some cranks.
What's
Yes.
I think that was regular
What-
car review that said
It might have been.
Yeah.
what's the one Maserati they did on Top Gear? It had like 20 buttons, and most were on the steering wheel in the back.
Oh, there were some
buttons.
there were Pontiacs like that back in the 80s that were like
The
that.
whole
Oh,
entire-
yeah. Oh,
where the
yeah.
airbag
That had
was.
all of the buttons. It was like,
It
how,
wasn't an airbag. It was just the big gray
like-
buttons.
how many buttons
30
would you like?
buttons on the
Yes.
Yes.
But
How
I
many
mean,
buttons can we fit in this car?
The gray
Probably.
all of them.
Yeah. But it was
Everybody
also
wanted
on the
to
first
press
cars that you
buttons.
didn't have to take your hand off the wheel to change anything.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, but
AC, like it wasn't even just radio; it was AC.
it was AC, vent
cruise
controls,
everything.
yeah, everything except the windows, except
Yeah.
the windows and locks, pretty much.
Yeah, and they were praised for it
Yeah.
because it was a hands-free system. You did
But
get
no,
nailed
it's-
with it when you crashed because there was no airbag. You just ended up changing the station.
Oh my
and making it
God.
really loud.
Oh my God! Could you imagine an airbag behind all those buttons? It would literally
It's a
be.
board.
It would be a
No, it's a
claymore.
claymore.
This side towards enemy. But I mean, no, like so. Job number one is gonna be no more boring cars. First off, you actually have to produce cars other than the Mustang. But second of all, remember when quality was job one, or at least the ad said quality was job one?
What's
How
that?
about making cam phasers that don't self-destruct?
Quality is
hold
number
on,
priority.
CDF drums that don't slip.
What's this?
How about
word
we
you
not
guys
use? How about
keep
we not
saying?
use wet belts on oil pumps?
How about if we don't use plastic fittings on the end of coolant lines?
Maybe we put the right head gasket in the motor when we build it.
What's that word with Q?
Wait a minute! I got a
What?
really radical idea. Why don't we make a water pump that doesn't leak into the oil sump?
Ah, you're talking crazy now.
Just hear me out. This might be a thing.
Wait, hold on. I still gotta get behind this. What is this word you're saying? Qual?
Quality.
What?
Quality.
What is
For anyone who's
Qual-
joining
cool
in
up
and they're
again.
like, wow, they really hate Fords. So
What's that word? mean?
everyone here has owned a Ford at one point
I've
or
only
owns
owned-
a Ford.
He's
or
only
has
owned
only
Fords.
owned Fords, except for him. Everyone here drives a Ford right
But
now.
he has had cars that
Many
have had
Fords. He's
FOMO
not
code
Ford
stamped on
related,
the
yes.
engine.
I have.
Yeah,
His
but
last
my-
car had
I-
FOMO
my
code stamped on it
Expedition
everywhere.
Was a very fun time.
Yeah,
I love that.
but
truck,
also
though. It was a sweet truck.
the Speed 3 there was FOMOCO on everything.
Yes.
Because with
I've
that, you
had-
were
I've had
technically
two
able to come
Explorers.
into the
I've
show.
also had
That
two
I
Explorers.
wanted him to bring it. I so wanted him to
we
bring
got
it.
we got told you could because it had to be Ford
Yep,
powered, and
I've
we're
had
like,
two Explorers.
look
Yeah.
at the block stamp.
And I had a Ranger.
FOMOCO.
No,
Dude,
two
I s-
Rangers. Two Rangers and two Explorers as
Dude,
well.
I seriously wanted you to bring your shitbox Speed 3 to our show. I wanted that to happen so bad.
It-
You know, not for nothing, I'm actually very happy that went to somebody I know, because we talk.
You found a good home for it.
We were just talking earlier. He's like
Hold on,
so
we cut off
happy
Chris.
with that car.
Huh?
I said we cut off Chris.
No, you're fine.
Oh,
I was just saying, we all own Fords, so don't think we're trashing them because we don't like them. We all own them.
I was
But
gonna say I love him.
But
I've
Ford
made-
makes some interesting choices
They do.
sometimes.
They
how about
do.
managing to launch a bread and butter prime vehicle in your lineup without fucking up the launch?
Right.
That would be nice.
I was gonna say I'll trash the company in my car.
You know?
From
But you know what I mean? It was like,
Well, the last few vehicles that they have launched have been debacles in one way or another.
the Explorer launch was horrible.
The Explorer launch was bad. The Bronco launch was a disaster.
The molded in color tops that was fun.
No, I mean the launch of the Bronco in general,
Yeah. And the
as a
Maverick.
whole,
And the
was
Maverick.
a god awful disaster because you
Couldn't
couldn't get it.
And the Maverick.
The Maverick, that was another
We were
problem.
promised a 6-speed manual, and I think 12 cars got it.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It was the fact that once again they
couldn't
launched
get
a
it.
new car and you couldn't get
Yeah,
it.
but no, it's one of those. Also, is like there's like 12 of them that were made with that
Yeah.
combination, and one day I will.
Ford employs the "you can't buy this"
Yep.
strategy for every one of their new
You know,
models.
that's-
Oh,
That's-
hey, MSRP. You know, it's coming off
19
the line at $58,000. Congratulations, when it gets to you, you're gonna have to pay $98,000. Why? Because we're giving
Reasons.
it to you.
Because reasons.
Yeah. Do
know,
you want it or not? Well,
what-
it's my car, but $98,000. But I thought it was $58,000.
Nope.
All right, Bill, come on, let's go.
That's the other
Sure
thing. When they launched the Maverick, $19,999.
You could not find one for under $30,000.
Correct.
Yeah, because those cars of that spec either exist only on paper, or they built just enough of them to say that those cars exist.
Yep.
Right.
And what was weird is before I bought my Mustang and I was shopping Mustangs, I actually found one of those mythical on paper only cars.
Yeah.
It was at Sullivan in Ocala. It was white over gray.
Was that the V6 one?
It
or-
was white over gray, V6, manual transmission, AM/FM radio, crank windows, steel wheels, hubcaps.
Oh my!
Really.
Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw it, I actually
Why does this
so
exist?
so I actually did one of the free VIN checks on there just to see if I and found the window sticker, and that's exactly what it was.
Oh wow.
That wasn't the car
Crazy.
that somebody had just thrown steel wheels and shit on to trade in. It literally was like a base fleet spec S197 Mustang,
Really?
like an absolute unicorn. That was one of those, like the very cheapest sticker price ones you could find that would only exist normally on paper.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing. I've never seen one with steel wheel package.
I've
Yeah.
never seen one with crank windows.
Yeah,
I haven't
exactly.
seen crank windows on a Mustang since 2004.
Exactly. Yeah, like I said, this was one of those. It only exists on paper. But
Except for that one.
it was there, and like I said, it was on the used car lot at Sullivan up in Ocala, and I was like, "There's no fucking way this thing exists." By the time I was actually drove up there to see if I could find it. It was gone,
Yeah.
but it was on their website for a short time, and I was like, I wasn't gonna buy that thing.
But
I just
still.
wanted to see it with my
Right.
own eyeballs.
They need to bring back crank windows. Fucking hate automatic windows.
Speaking of quality being job number one,
1,000.
That used to be job number one at Ford,
100.
and at the other company, it's never been their job. Quality is not their job.
Quality is job
So
743.
we got GM with their own problems now.
Oh, we got a couple of problems to discuss.
So
One,
the
What is
first
it, the-
one,
the
I just found this new
6'2"?
bulletin.
he's found one, and I found
The
one.
6'2", right?
So their new,
Yeah.
one of their newest bulletins that just dropped that's announcing that dealership technicians may be seeing misfires at 5,000 miles due to lack of maintenance. They're labeling it as lack of maintenance that's causing the misfire. So it's, I'm guessing, low oil level.
And what's the service schedule?
The
on
service schedule on the car is 7,000 miles for extreme service, which means how are they doing that? I want to know the legal loophole they're jumping through to be like, yeah, no, you're not supposed to get the oil change till 7,000, but at 5,000, if it starts messing up, that's lack of maintenance, and that's on you. And people wonder why I would never buy a GM product.
So on top of
Hold on. I got enough brain cells to like fire something off here.
hold on a second.
Not too hard. It's not on fire yet.
Yeah, shit's actually moving under there. There's
What the fuck? Hold on. Rewind that.
this is the most active his brain cells have been all night.
Yeah. So
So you buy
The
a brand new
fuck?
car. Okay,
Yeah.
from GM.
now, when you said like extreme circumstances, is that like in the fine print of it saying like 7,000 miles? Like, is
If you look at
recommended
the oil
extreme-
change, if you look at your owner's manual
Yeah.
for any vehicle,
And it has,
it'll
like,
have
the
it'll have an
recommended-
oil change
Yeah,
like
schedule.
service intervals. So there's always like 5,000 miles for normal duty, 3,000 miles for extreme.
Okay,
for,
so
like-
it was 7,000 miles for extreme.
So their intervals are 7,000 miles. They don't have an extreme
Okay.
service
Okay.
The shit
marker
comes
in there.
pre-programmed
but
on
they're
the
standard-
GPS cluster.
yeah, it comes
pops
standard-
up at 7K miles saying
Oil
service
change.
needed.
Yeah.
or
Right.
something like that.
But before that gets to 7,000 miles, your
if your
car may
shit
develop
fucks up.
misfires. And that's on you because you didn't come in and get your oil changed before it
The
started
car told you to.
misfiring.
Before the manufacturer told you to get your oil changed.
What the? Yeah.
I'm guessing there's
But then
prob-
it's one of those you pull in and go like 4,000 miles and be like, hey, I want an oil change. They're gonna be like, well, we'll
Nah,
do
you're
it.
not due
Not
for
at
it.
the
Yeah,
miles
but you're not
for
due
it.
for it. I
Right.
mean, their dealership, they'll take the money, but they'll be like, you're not due for it, but we'll do it.
Right.
We'll do it. We'll give you a special price. But what the fuck?
So
I-
imagine you're a person who bought one of these cars though.
Hold on.
And you
hold
bought
on.
the
Let me
car.
knock 20 brain cells out.
So you bought the
Cool.
car.
you,
Okay.
you can't afford
You
that.
start driving it, right? And you're somebody who drives a lot, so before you even get to your first payment, which is 3 months out,
Uh-huh.
you're at 5,500 miles, and bing, check engine light comes on. And you roll over to the dealership
Like, hey, my
and
new
go,
car.
hey, my check engine light's on. It's acting, it's driving a little weird. And they go, oh, yeah, it's because you're not maintaining your car well enough. What do you mean? I haven't even done my first oil change yet. Yeah, you should have come in and got this taken care of before that check engine light came on. But I didn't know about it. I didn't know anything was wrong until the check engine light came on. Yeah, but this is on you.
I suspect that somewhere along the line, there's going to be a lawsuit.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
And as usual,
Or they'll backpedal and be like, well, no, it's not that it's lack of maintenance. We'll take care of it. Don't worry. Because I'm
Yep.
sure it's a software bug and they'll update it and it'll fix it. But
Yeah, sure it'll fix it. Yeah, because software.
you'd be surprised. I do software
Did you
updates.
No.
unplug the battery and plug it back in? Big common mistake. Is the computer running? No?
Yeah.
Oh, turn it on. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling Xbox tech support.
I mean, I do software updates that save transmissions. So that beer was really good, by the way.
That was
holy
amazing.
crap. That was good,
That was an amazing beer.
and it felt so good to drink one.
I hope one of y'all brought something really good, because after that.
So I brought something that I think will be good. I'm hoping it will be good.
Well, that's always the case. We always hope it'll be
Right.
good.
Like I
Most of the time,
I
it
was
that
at
way.
Earth Fair, and I was like, I'm gonna get a beer, and I'm hoping that it comes out really good.
I got
Oh,
So this is a dessert beer, so I'm hoping you all brought your sweet tooth.
Perfect.
What we got here is
I don't know what it is about these 6-pack containers, but these get poor Mike way too flummoxed.
So we've got Florida Avenue Brewing Company's Let Us Eat Cake, and it is a strawberry shortcake lager. And the can made it look delicious, so I was like, all right, let's do this.
I am intrigued.
Me too.
Oh, give that a whiff.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
If it tastes half as good as it smells, we're in for a real treat.
Was this brewed in Plant City during the Strawberry Festival?
It must have been.
That smells
So it's
good.
very, very light looking. That's crystal clear. And it smells like
Strawberry.
straight up strawberry
I can
shortcake.
I can smell my mug from here.
Uh-huh.
I can too.
Like I just smell pure strawberry shortcake. The sugar is so strong in that. I'm very intrigued to see how this is.
Oh, Brian's going all the way. All the way.
Oh,
Ah!
he failed.
I'm gonna blame the uneven bar.
Okay. The bar's not uneven
Yeah, it is. It's made out of pallets, of course it's uneven.
though. No, it's perfectly fine.
So, all right.
Oh, my hands are too cold.
Oddly, I'm used to it at this point. Like, I'm so used to the cold right now. I've learned how to layer well enough. Because I'm wearing, 3 layers here.
Yeah, I am too. It's just my hands.
Behind
It's
the
my only
bar,
problem.
you guys can't see it, but behind the bar, I'm still wearing shorts and a flip flop.
Yes, he is. Because he's incapable of feeling cold.
Yeah, I've been modified.
You've been modified. Listen, once you come out of the oven, you never get cold again, I guess.
Okay, look. Here's how the saying goes: if you build a man a fire, he stays warm for the night. If you set a man on fire, he's warm for the rest of his life.
No.
You're fine.
No,
Wait
you're
till you
fine.
smell this, bro.
Oh,
Can I
man.
smell it?
Let's put it this way:
Go ahead, pour it.
I could smell mine from here.
Strawberry shortcake lager.
Yeah.
Uh,
I saw the can and I was like, all
I'm
right,
also
bet.
gonna
Let's
do
do
a
this.
short pour because I see what Brian's looks like, and Brian is not lifting his up because
No.
I think it might actually be leaking.
Yeah,
It
mine-
did. It
it-
leaked. He failed. It overflowed.
I'm blaming the uneven bar.
That's a cool looking mug though.
It's like an infinity pool.
It is. That's
Kinda.
why I short poured.
And I guess they do have the little etching on the bottom because it's just bubbling perfectly forever.
I haven't. Oh yeah, there's like a teeny tiny little thing. Jesus.
Sláinte!
It smells so good. I can't wait.
Oh my
I can
Lanta!
actually
You
smell
guys
it
have
from
no
here.
idea what's about to happen to
I
your
can barely
palate.
smell, and I can smell it.
I was gonna say you guys have
Oh
no.
my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Okay, yeah,
That's not beer.
yeah. There was no way I was. There was no way I was gonna be able to.
instantly going inside.
Y'all gonna love this.
That's not beer.
Oh my god!
That's just liquefied strawberry shortcake.
That is a
That's all
dessert.
that is.
That is a dessert in a can.
That tastes so good.
Okay, if you roll it around, you get beer.
Yeah,
But then when you swallow, it's back to strawberry shortcake.
absolutely.
Dare I say, Witchcraft?
Damn near.
Yeah.
There's definitely some magic in this can.
Still, the oatmeal raisin cookie stout. I don't think.
Nothing will ever beat that.
I don't
but-
think
Hey,
that.
Chris, because I'm sick, you need to let Shelby have it. Normally I let her have a sip, but I'll get my wife sick. I'm not getting your wife sick.
That is.
She's
That's-
like, that little shit, you better get his ass in here. Let me try a sip. So he's like, that's really good.
Yeah, that is. That's.
Who found that?
Chris. At Earth
Florida
Fair.
Avenue. That's, hibiscus beer people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I know the name from. At least it wasn't hibiscus beer.
Well, I guess Florida Avenue brought Brew Bus.
Brewbus. Hey, that's from the
so
same people
good.
as the hibiscus beer.
Yes.
But then they also bought Brewbus. And that.
Yeah, so they do You're My Boy Blue now.
Yep.
Okay, you know one thing that both Brew Bus and I guess this may have happened after Florida Avenue bought them because I don't know when that happened. Remember Basic Bitch?
Yes.
They've censored the can.
Yeah.
They have.
They've censored the can. Pussies.
And they don't make Rollin' Dirty anymore.
We were watching.
Damn.
I know.
Well, I'll bring it up later because it involves another YouTube channel. I don't know how that will go with.
So, speaking of GM, by the way, I believe you had one on GM as well.
Yeah, and apparently Mike's read this one also. So, the 6.2 liters
Yes.
with the variable pressure oil pumps.
At highway speeds.
And other sign, but mostly at highway speeds. So these were used in Sierra, Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, Escalade, basically the full size.
All
truck.
their most popular vehicles.
Okay. They've had an issue, and these are also DODs, the displacement on demand cars. So these have had issues where going down the road
It seizes.
makes funny noise, seizes up. And occasionally the seizing up also means that Uncle Rodney has decided to poke his head outside.
You mean rapid, unscheduled
Yeah,
disassemblies?
but with that also
It gets worse.
because it seizes up, the transmission seizes up, which causes the rear to seize up, and you go in a violent fucking.
Or in some cases, like it'll just or whoever thought of this ECU program, I got to hand this to them. They were saying that they were going down the road at highway speeds, and all of a sudden it would shift into neutral, engine shut off, done. Have to coast off the side of the road. But if you're on an interstate with a 70 or 80 mile an hour speed limit, you know everyone around you is doing 100.
Right.
But people are taking these things in and getting the engines replaced under warranty. And some people within 500 to 1,000 or 5,000 miles, failure. Same failure. And they're showing weird bearing clearances. And also, it happens to be happen to be the engines with this variable pressure oil pump.
So it sounds like this oil pump problem.
Sounds like oil is the problem, but
Yeah.
then also because of the clearances that they're seeing on the rods that haven't ejected themselves out of the block, that it's also like they're not clearancing their bearings before they install these things in the engine, or they're not clearancing them properly.
Really?
So, I mean, that's bad.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Uncle Rodney!
Cylinder 3.
Cylinder 3 wants to step out into the air and have a chat with you.
It didn't blow up. It experienced a rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
It wanted to experience fresh air from the inside.
I tend to do that. And sometimes they still run.
It wanted to break on through to the other side. The doors were playing on the radio.
It
Definitely.
installed a internal block inspection window.
Yeah.
They're just air cooled engines.
Yes, it's air cooled.
It needed more PCV.
We could go on and on and on and on and on.
Unlike those engines.
Exactly.
You mean piston soup maker?
So yeah, like I said, so it's not just Ford that has quality issues. I mean, at this point, you would think,
Everybody has quality issues.
Well,
but
that's
that's the thing that bothers me.
we're
you would-
okay with it.
No, we're not okay with it.
well,
Some
I
people
mean-
are, but you would think that given all of the technological advancements, material science, and everything else that goes on, and just the absolute engineering ability that humans have now, and all of the tools that are at our fingertips to do this, you could make shit that doesn't do this.
You think?
You would think, or I would think.
It's So I can actually, if you want to go into that part of it, it has to do with a couple of factors. Number one,
Accountants.
it's capitalism. Okay, how do we make this engine as cheaply as possible?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And when you start delving into that, when cost is your main focus and not quality, corners start getting cut that shouldn't be cut.
Well, I mean, and it's not a new concept.
We start going with the lowest bidders.
It's not a newest concept as far as cars go, because Alfred P. Sloan, way back in the day, said that General Motors was not a car-making company. They're not in the business of making cars.
They're in the business of making money.
Bingo.
Correct. And that's fine.
Yeah, like I said, by all means, but you don't understand that if a person finally makes the decision, and this is something pretty prevalent in my generation, there are people my age that have never owned an American car.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that they never owned an American car is because when they were kids, their grandparents and parents had 70s American cars that were absolute shit.
Yep.
Who said, okay, they'll take a chance, they'll buy a Japanese car, and those Japanese cars were amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they rusted out, but every time they got in it and hit the key, the fucking thing started.
Right.
And every time they hit a button, whatever the button they hit, the thing worked.
And yes.
And every time they put
after it rusted out, they were able to replace it.
And everything just worked. And for the cars that were in the states that weren't in the Rust Belt, anytime something did fail after a whole lot of use and a whole lot of miles, it was really easy to replace. Like I said, me growing up having both, 70s American cars and 70s Japanese cars at the same time side by side. So there are those kids like me whose parents made the switch to Japanese cars. They themselves have only had Japanese cars. Mm-hmm. So now you get this guy, you know what? I will give that car a chance. That looks pretty cool. They buy it, and it's a piece of shit. They will never buy that brand again.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Of course, not many people are buying a whole lot of stuff anyway because everything's so goddamn expensive. But
right.
I digress.
Well, I mean that's the thing is, every manufacturer right now is having these fairly substantial problems, if not there's massive problems,
and there shouldn't be.
And the reason for it is that all of them at the same time are all caught in this same vortex of this just race to the bottom to try and make these cars as cheaply and as crappily as they can to try and maximize profits, and that's the problem. Not one of them is willing to step away from the trend and go, you know what, instead of worrying about how cheaply we can get this car to market, maybe we should worry about making a genuinely quality product.
We need to be Honda. We need to be Honda and Toyota of the 80s and early 90s.
Correct.
Speaking of Honda, oof.
Oh, I know which one you did.
Oof.
With you leading into that, did you do what I think you did?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if my brain cells are creating the same kind of friction synapses that yours are creating, because yours are little.
Does it have 8 cylinders?
No. This isn't that.
Okay.
So
you know what one I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. So we've heard about this.
Talking about the same one?
So we've heard about this potential merger with Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, things have gotten interesting over the past couple of days. Mitsubishi's going, yeah, I don't know if I want to be a part of that.
Okay.
And Honda's having reservations because of how much of Nissan Renault owns. And Honda is worried that Renault could sell its portion of Nissan to someone like, say...
Stellantis?
No, one of those companies that's always kind of sniffing around looking to pick shit up and kind of, change...
Volkswagen?
No.
Audi?
Foxconn. Chinese company.
Ah.
And I mean, if we want to look back in history, we know that the Japanese and the Chinese have always been just best of buds.
Oh yeah, it's so friendly together.
Yeah, they've been fantastic to one another. Yeah, there's no animosity there to think of at all. You're just enjoying the fact that you can do that now, aren't you?
Oh yeah. You have no idea.
You know what?
I walk around all day going, "Do you smell that? It's a smell. I smell that thing now."
It's okay. Go ahead and fart. Go ahead and fart.
You know what? I'm genuinely happy that you figured out what's going on there.
Yeah,
like
I am
genuinely
too.
happy. Like if you have to go through further procedures to have it done, it'll suck for a little while, but at the end of it, dude.
Yeah. Because I have been miserable for a very long time because of it.
You have been. Like for 2-3 years now at least, or more than
2
that.
years. It's been
Yeah.
2 years of just non-stop fighting with it. And
Yeah.
this is probably the first time that I've really regained my sense of smell since that started.
Yeah, like I said, seeing Chris's snodge actually working correctly, this is kind of funny. Like I
it's
said,
been great.
I'm legitimately happy to see this.
Because that's the other thing. A lot of people don't realize your sense of taste and your sense of smell are indirectly or just completely, absolutely linked.
Oh, absolutely.
So I can taste this.
Like I've had bad sinus colds where it just muted everything else.
Yeah.
I could not imagine 2 years of that.
Yeah.
Like,
The snozberries actually taste like snozberries, man.
This tastes like schnozberries.
salud, honky.
I'm loving it right now.
Dan, hurry up.
But yeah. What
Dan.
were we saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about Honda and
Yeah, the
China.
Honda Nissan Mitsubishi merger. Like I said, so just in the past few days, like interesting shit's happening because
that might make that fall apart. Because I know for a fact Honda will not allow any of their IP to fall into Chinese hands. I know that.
But that's also the thing. Like I said, because of this really rolls back to the whole Carlos Ghosn era of Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, what color was it? Silver? I saw another Z. New one. Silver.
I've seen the silver one.
And, not the dark gray one, like bright silver.
I've seen that in like the last week.
Okay, yeah. So, the Z Pro that lived down the streets from
yellow
Dave
one?
and Debbie, the yellow one, they moved.
Yeah, the one that used to be at Columbus.
Yeah.
Nice
However, I was zipping around through the back roads of Beverly Hills, just goofing around, and out off of Fillmore, way over like towards the S.J. Kellner side, there was another Z Proto. But this one was a little bit banged up and looked like it had auction stickers on the windows. I don't think it was the same car. But, and again, we were talking about, can't get cars that come out. The new Z is like Nissan's Halo car. I mean, the GTR is, but that thing's long in the tooth. But this was like, the new hotness. Where are they?
right.
Because 350Zs and 370Zs are like Mustangs around here. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting one. Where are
Well, I'll tell you where they are. They're sitting on dealership lots with a $40,000 markup on them on the sticker.
they? Like I said,
That's where they
I
are.
haven't even trolled the dealer lots to see if there's any sitting out there. I haven't even looked at the dealer websites to see if there's any sitting out there.
It's another one of those situations where it was a really cool car until the dealers got a hold of them
And fucked it all up.
and made them $40,000 market adjustment cars. It's not worth it at that point.
No, it's not.
The bang for the buck ain't there no more.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the bang for the buck's not really there to begin with because those cars are coming in way more than what they were supposed to come out.
Oh yeah, that's
Just
the
like
other problem.
Just like everything else.
So,
I mean,
auction car. Auction car.
Oh yeah, do have an auction car.
We do.
we want to
even
go to the
realize-
auction
I
car.
thought we were doing that. That's what I thought we were segueing into.
Oh,
I mean, unless you guys got other shit to talk about.
Nope.
All right.
so
I found something that we've definitely not done before.
I'm excited to see it.
Because this is the first time I've seen one of these actually go off on Cars and Bids. Again, haven't checked Bring a Trailer
Oh,
lately.
wait. No, wrong one. Sorry. I didn't update the car. Hold on. Give me just a second.
Technical difficulties.
I forgot to change the car
From last-
pictures
from
from
last
last
time.
time.
The Cars in Bids cars. Right.
Well, right now the Cars and Bid car is wrong.
Give me just a
That's
second.
wrong, Bob.
I'll fix it.
It's wrong.
The
Bob.
price is wrong, Bob. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I take that back. The day after our last episode, I was up in Gainesville,
There we
and
go.
I actually saw something interesting in Gainesville.
All right.
70 Mustang Fastback, orange, black hood, black rockers. Not a Mach 1.
Is that a
A
is
Celica!
that a not what cross track? Not
No.
cross track.
No.
All track.
All track.
No.
It's not
Better.
an all track.
It's not an all-track.
Is it ST4?
No, it's an RC4!
A GT4.
Twinned.
Oh, a GT4. I didn't see the body panels yet. I was just assuming.
I'm just throwing numbers out until it's 6.
So what I have here is a 1996 Toyota Celica GT4. So this is
The pinnacle of
this is the World Rally homologation car.
pinnacle of pinnacle.
This is the Subaru STI. This is the Evo.
Look at that fucker is awesome.
Yeah, this is that car.
I want one.
God, I want
Japanese market ST205 5-speed manual, some modification under the U.S. title.
OZ wheels, right?
I don't know if I don't think those are stock wheels.
Yeah, but they look like OZ wheels. Anyway.
So it's showing mileage as 185,000 or 180,500. However, it would obviously be listed in kilometers, and I think the picture shows like 290 kilometers, which works out. So it is a 2.0 liter turbocharged inline 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, manual 5-speed.
Is it single turbo or turbo?
It's white. It's single. Currently registered in Lincoln, New Hampshire. Private party sale. So right-hand drive Japanese market coupe, title new, imported in 2022. 290,400 kilometers, which is approximately 180,500 miles. Limited slip dip.
Is that limited slip center lock?
It just says limited slip differential. Modifications reported by the seller included a JM 16G turbocharger, a SARD manual fuel pressure regulator, a Kakimoto racing exhaust system, Tyne Street advanced coilovers, aftermarket body kit, rally armor mud flaps, and a Nardi steering wheel.
There's no seats.
I got my price already.
So it doesn't say if it's a limited slip, like center diff or transfer case.
Dunlock body kit.
$6,900, boss.
Jesus Christ! Don't do that to me.
Yep, $6,900.
I'm pretty sure I can get a loan for
HKS blow-off valve, silicon upper and lower radiator hoses.
You'd be surprised on things you miss on cars and bids. It makes me sad.
So yeah,
I feel
obviously,
like you are drastically low on that.
So obviously, it does
or
say
right
aftermarket.
on the freaking money.
So it does say aftermarket body kit included front fascia, side skirts, rear wing, and rear bumper. Fog lights relocated, rally armor mud flaps. Has a Nardi steering wheel, aftermarket shift knobs, D5 fuel pressure regulator, or fuel pressure gauge that's mounted on the dash, which does have a slight crack in it.
Is it a no reserve car?
Yeah, this car sold.
Yeah,
so like I said, this car, it's a really interesting car, but it is rough around the edges. And there was only like 80 something pictures of this one when compared to 150 to 200 of other cars. But I mean, I think the body kit looks a little goofy myself. It's definitely not.
I love that body kit.
I mean, it does have the.
It's that nostalgia rally
Nopi 2000 sex spec.
Yes.
It does have that vibe to it,
but not over the top. But it still is, because it's not slammed out. It still is like.
But the one thing I will say is those pod filters.
Oh, horrible!
The mushroom pod filters, they absolutely, pardon the pun, suck.
Yeah. They don't do anything.
But God damn it,
they look so cool.
But as a
I
period,
disagree. They do something. They disintegrate
and go
into the motor.
Yeah, like I said, they're horrible. Like I said, things like that. But I'm guessing, being in New Hampshire, I'm pretty sure that thing's ripped down some back roads.
Yeah,
and that's why that body.
See the underside, the center support brace is all banged up.
It's got some scrapes on it too. But there's no rust in the car.
Or it could have been on mountain roads in Japan.
Either or.
And that could have been a gutter.
But like I said,
because that was on the driver's side too.
But like I said, there's
that damn 86 is so fast.
Like I said, you can see that split in the dash there, and you can see that the gauge, and you can see there's some other controller mounted to the side of the center console.
I'm remaining $6,900.
Okay, here we go. So interior, Nardi steering wheel, shift knob, fuel pressure gauge, Grady boost gauge, after Defi Link advanced system, whatever that is.
Would be too low.
Kenwood touchscreen tweeters on the doors, Japanese toll card reader.
Yes, it talks to you.
Yeah, known flaws. Front bumper cracks, some exterior chips and scratches, wear on some exterior seals, color mismatch between body kit and the body panels, cracks in the rear spoiler, scratches in the wheels, wear on the driver's seat, outer bolsters, cracks in the dashboard, scratches in the trunk and inner panels. Does say some rust on the passenger side door, rear edge of sunroof, and in front of the radiator, but the pictures really didn't show anything. Like,
it's gonna be 90s Surface Toyota style.
Yeah, like it is way cleaner than your car is.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Waiting on Mike.
See, and I think he's way too low, but he also could be right on freaking money. 18.6.
12,000, Bob.
Oh,
You see where I'm coming from, though?
12 was where my high top was.
But you see where
I think that's high, but that's low.
Or he could be like that last one that we did that we were like, oh yeah, and it sold for like, I
Read
forgot
us
what
in.
it was, but like was $4,000. It's like, oh god, that.
Read us in, Brian.
So far, the best comments is John wants this so bad I can tell. Yeah, this has been really entertaining to watch. I'm just looking at the comments right now. So you're at $6,900.
Yeah.
12.
18.5.
$14,602.
Oh!
I won.
You did win. But there was actually...
Hey, I was closer than I thought on that. Like,
Yep.
but still, like,
That was
So-
late.
I knew that was low because I knew all 4 people who knew what this car was, besides the one sitting in this room, got
And
into
all
a bidding
four,
war.
and all 4 of those 4 people, there was literally... So
A
there was
straight bidding war.
there was one guy that bid the opening amount of $9,100. Oh no! Wait a minute. Bunch of motorsports. 5, 6, 7. No. 7. The opening bid. I'm trying to see where the opening bid is on this thing.
Smell of fire.
he just blew out the candle.
Ah, that's
Oh my
what it
God!
is.
You can smell it. Candle.
Yes.
Yay, Chris!
Well, that's the thing. So my smell's been gone for so long.
This thing must have started out because the opening bid on this car was $100.
Uh-huh.
$1, Bob.
$100, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, and then from there it's just starting to go up by $100, $150 increments.
And on that note,
But yeah, this thing did get a lot of action, and yeah, the last 4 was basically like 4 people that were just da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, the 4 people who were really into that car got into a bidding war up to 12
I was gonna
grand
say,
on
because
it.
if that was going to be like I forgot what that last car was. That was stupid clean, all that, and like we bid like
oh,
That
yeah,
BMW?
close.
And it went for-
was
it
that what
went-
it was?
Series,
and
or
it went-
the
it
8
went-
series.
And
And
it
it
was
went
like
for stupid low money.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it went for like 3,000. It was like, what?
Like, I would have bought it for that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Anyway,
but yeah, like I said, so I mean I think that's the first time we've had one of those cars come up for auction
Yep.
like this.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm
Especially
not.
in that spec.
I'm not a fan of those body kits, and part of it is because knowing what that car was meant to do, you see what happens to those body kits.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, that was a kit that would have been better for just a front-wheel drive Celica to be, again, slammed on its balls and, you know, sent off to Tokyo Auto Salon and, you know, full spec car, you know, with screens and crazy interior and roulette wheels in the trunk and
Love
shit like
those,
that.
man. I love those.
Yeah.
Love those.
But anyway, guys,
I mean, that was definitely an era. I mean, it wasn't really my thing, but I can
was
appreciate
my thing.
I can appreciate the work that went into those cars. So,
have a great night and be less chilly 2 weeks from now.
it should be. I think the weather's supposed to be by like Sunday. Oh yeah, Cars and Coffee Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Okay.
All right. Well, see y'all later. Have a good one.
next time.
Thank you guys for watching. See us next time.